Hi, Tracy here, and I have a layout to share for you in process here called cherry picking. And this is a couple of pictures that I have more of that day cherry picking and I've been doing some layouts that I think I've done process videos for. Anyway, so this is still the Studio Calico September Kit. Is it September? I've since killed this kit, but I want to say, let's see here. Yeah, this is still the September kit, and I have since again I've killed it. But anyway, I'm doing these two pictures of my daughter and trying to figure out how to lay them out. I really did not want to lay them right next to each other. I wanted to do something a little different and more interesting than that. So I've kind of come up with this way where that heart on the one paper, the larger heart on the other heart paper is showing. I do not know the names of most of these papers. You can see the gray one that is ultimately going to be my background is an Amy Tangerine cut and paste. But I don't know the name of it. And I threw away that manufacturer strip. So the wood grain one I do know, that's Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party, and it's called Fascinating Friends. And now I'm going to take my sharp or my straight edge ruler here, and I'm going to cut out these papers, tear them out, so that they all have this rough look to them, because we're outdoors and we're cherry picking, which is very farm like. I mean, we were at a farm, cherry farm, and so I'm tearing all the papers so they all are going to have kind of that rough look to them, except this brown wood grain one, it was actually just a scrap that I had, so again I don't know the name of it, and it was already the right size, so if I had torn it, it would have ended up too small, so I went ahead and used the Tim Holtz edge distressor there, and I distressed the edges over my trash can so I don't get it everywhere. And then that cloud paper, that's another one that I do know. It's my Mind's Eye cut and paste, and it's called Charm Bliss Delight paper. So that's about how my layers are going to go right there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue some down here. And I originally thought that I was going to go pretty layered on this, and it does have several layers, but as I was going to embellish it a lot more too. But because of the way the pictures were arranged and taking up a large part of the page, I didn't really need or want a whole lot of embellishment. So now I tore the edges off of that polka dot paper, and then I put it on top of a craft sheet for the background, to matte. And I really like the way that looks. I was very happy with that. And now I'm comfortable with all this, so I'm gluing everything down with my good old ATG. And here I'm going to go through some stuff, and I had pulled out all these labels off to the side, or cutouts that are off to the side there. I had pulled those out before, and I only ended up using one of them. And now I'm working on the cluster up above, which I just punched out some hearts, and I am ultimately going to go with hearts up there, but I'm going to change that up some. So, and here I am trying to use another one of these die cut things here that are from my stash. I actually got a huge pack of those from not Crafty Steels. Wait. Oh my goodness. I cannot remember. I get the emails constantly from them. And I'm drawing a blank. One of those scrapbook steel sites that you have to look at every day to see. Steels.com. That's the name of it. So I decided to punch excuse me, a heart out of that wood grain paper to pull that in up at the top. Sorry that I'm out of frame here. I'm actually working, I believe this video, I'm using the new, my husband made me a new holder for my video camera, and he got me some better lights, and we're going to add even more to that. Okay, now here that's from Hobby Lobby. That's a spare parts little clip, paper clip, and I'm going to use the Zig Writer, the white and right cherry picking. It's the perfect, I just recently got these clips because I was near a Hobby Lobby, and I don't have one near me, but we were traveling, and whenever I am anywhere near a Hobby Lobby, I make a point to go when I can. And I happened to pick these up just because I thought they were cute, and then they ended up going perfect with this layout. I mean, I literally got them the weekend before I used this, and I did not have this layout in mind, so that was kind of nice. Love when things work out like that. And then I'm trying to add some wood veneers to embellish that up even a little bit more. And I'm going to end up going just with that arrow. And I'm trying to use the heart wood card there. I don't end up using it. I use something else instead, but I'm wanting to use wood accent veneers on this layout because we're, out in nature. I just glued that down using some glossy accents. And I do like the 3 hearts like that, especially because they go with the hearts in the papers. But I did end up, and I also cut one out of the cloud paper too, so I'm tying all the different papers in. And now I'm still trying to make this wood veneer card thing work. The little flag that says happy, well, it's actually kind of large, but that's from those steels.com package, and it is close to where it's going to be ultimately, but I do shove it up even higher so that less of it sticks out, and I like it better ultimately. Here's where I realized that's the wood piece I want to use, and this came from my Oh Dear Me Freckled Fawn monthly kit that I get, embellishment kit. That is a frame from one of those. I've gotten it for 3 months now, and it's that would be either September or October's kit. Definitely not from November. And then I use the tiny attacher to staple the hearts up there. Actually, not the hearts, I had glued those down already, but now I'm using more of that paper that says life, or that has the words on it, and I found the words "life is grand," so I tiny attached that up there. And then now I have that little heart stamp that's from a Scraptastic kit. That was before I was even in the club. I just bought the stamps from one of their months, and I stamped those on the heart, and then now I'm going to frame them with that little Today frame. and then I use more of the words from that paper from the September Studio Calico Kit that has all the words on it, and it says happy day, so happy day today. And then I did the little wood veneer arrow. I actually put tiny attached staples on that happy day sign before I glued it down onto the frame, because I just like the look of that. And even though it's not stapled to anything, I think it still looks cute. It looks like, you know, like it was a sign that was pulled off something and then just kind of strewn here on the paper, and I like that look. So now I realize I still want to use that little flag, or a little bit large flag that says happy with the flowers on it, because my daughter's shirt has all those hearts on it, and it's got the turquoise, it's got reddish flower, it's got yellow or heart on it, and I really wanted to pull the colors out of that shirt. In fact, I had wanted to pull out much more into the layout of those colors, because I really love the colors of that shirt, and I always loved it. It was one of my favorites that she had at that age. But I just wasn't able, it was just coming out more of a neutral layout. So then now I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to incorporate those colors, but do so sort of subtly and yet have it go. And so I'm digging through all kinds of stuff, embellishments, and going through my clips there and my Freckle Fawn kits, and I found these little, they're very similar to enamel dots, but they're more like a jelly. Here's where I put it a little higher, and I like it higher. And they have a little bit of a sparkle to them, which I love. I've said in the past, I just love that. I love when something is rough and then it has a little sparkle, so it's like shiny and pretty and rough at the same time. I love that look. So there you go. And then in the final pictures, you're gonna see I did put a heart geotag up at the top. There you go. There it is. That tied in the yellow for me for my eye. I like that a lot. And there's those red enamel and aqua enamel dots to add a little bit more color. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.